This is Sincere Milk Lions Den. My name is Yahweh Sap. I camp out with Lions Den Yashawada in Jacksonville, Florida. I'd like to say a prayer to the Father, to the Son, to the elders, to the Archims, and to the women and children. Kal Harayam La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai. Ba'Hashem Ha Rodash Rodash Maf. All praise to Yahweh. In the name of Yahweh Shai, in spirit and holy and truth. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Double honors to my elder, Wam. Salutations to the Archons who are on the four corners of the earth in sincerity and truth, and to the women and children, Shalom. Well, if you're looking at the news and keeping an eye open, you see that certain states in America, the pumps are, closing down, right? The gas prices are still going up, and among other things are getting, expensive also, okay? The title of this lesson is called Grace Now Rules. At this moment we're still on grace, okay? But you got to realize that there's going to come a time that window is going to close, that door is going to close, and there won't be no more grace, okay? I want to go to Romans chapter 5, verse 12. Verse 12, therefore, just as through one man sin enters the world, and death through sin, thus death spread to all men because all sin. Okay? Let me read that again. Verse 12, therefore, just as through one man's sins enters the world, and death through sin, and though death spreads to all men because all sinned. Okay? And we're aware that we all fall short of the glory, right? So-called Negros, Latinos, Native Americans, and speckled birds, okay? But if you think that everything's going to go back to normal, or that everything is normal, no, this is only the silent period, the quiet period. Things are just, things are happening all over the world. War, right? Probably with money, food, right? Droughts. So at this time that you have this grace period, okay, you should be looking into it and waking up to it, okay? I'm going to Genesis chapter 2, verse 17. The second shutdown is going to come, okay? And what's his name? Joe Biden is not happy that not everybody took on the Romeo and Juliet, hit, okay? He came out on TV and said, you're going to pay for that. So, already giving threats like always, right? Okay, verse 17. But of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil you shall not eat, for in the days that you eat of it you shall surely die. Alright? And since that tree was touched, right, was eaten, we are where we are today. Genesis chapter 3, verse 6, all the way and 19. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, that it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise, she took of the fruit and ate. She also gave to her husband with her, and he ate. Okay? This is a good red alert for you who are out there married to always, remember that hard times are gonna come, and you cannot, cave in or give in just because your wife says, "Look, we gotta pay bills, we gotta eat, we gotta feed the children," right? You gotta do what Yahweh and Yahweh Shai says, not what the woman says. Verse 19. Verse 19 says, "In the sweat of your face you shall eat bread till you return to the ground. For out of it you were taken, for dust you are, and to dust you shall return." I mean, he's making it clear, if you want to go that way, so be it, right? That's for the 2/3 of you who have to go, right? You got to go through that fire, those missiles that are aiming this way. Hebrew chapter 9. So let me go over there. Hebrew chapter 9. I'm getting there. Verse 27. "And as it is appointed for men to die once, but after this, judgment." Okay? And a lot of you, taking that for granted, right? You think there's going to be no judgment, that you just die, and that's it, right? Okay. Being that you don't want to, sit down, humble yourself, right, and read the scriptures, there is consequences that's going to be paid for that. 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 10. Where am I? Here we go. Chapter 5. Give me a minute. Chapter 5, verse 10. "For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Yahweh Shai, that each one may receive the things done in the body according to what he has done, whether good or bad." And this is not something you want to take lightly, right? Because if you're being called out, right, by Yahweh Yahushim Yahushai, and you ignoring that because of your friends or family or your job, that's an unwise thing to do. Okay? Going to Romans chapter 5, verse 13. It's over here. 5. Verse 13. "For until the law, sin was in the world, but sin is not imputed when there is no law." Okay? So, it's a beautiful thing to become aware, number one, that you're being called, number two, that there is grace. There's a remedy, right, to this wicked world that is not our kingdom to begin with, right? I mean, this is not even our body. This is a body of a moment, a sinful body for what we have done, right? And that our true bodies, right, our spiritual, super powerful bodies that never get sick, never dies, never get old, okay? And that we're going to be the ones with the new kingdom with authority from Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. It's a beautiful thing. Moving to 1 John chapter 3. Something you don't want to take for granted. You want to do your best and work at it, right? Verse 4, Salakia. "And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. Yep, it looks like that, right? Then everything's going to keep on going, that this kingdom, this wicked kingdom, is going to be going forever, but it's not. It is impossible. I mean, the Edomites are self-destructive, okay? They have poisoned the water, the food, the land, the air, okay? Their own kind around the world, they're fighting among each other, right? They got to that point where they want total power, and because they want total power, they're becoming total what? Destructive, which is good because that's what Yahweh and Yahweh are doing. They're the ones who are in control of good and evil. Romans chapter 4, verse 15. Because the law brings about wrath, for where there is no law, there is no transgression. That is so true, okay? It serves its purpose unto Yahweh the Father sent his Son Yahweh Shai with the remedy for us to wake up, right, at the end of time around the world, so-called Negros, Latino Americans, and speckled birds. End of times is right now. I mean, the cashless society is around the corner. Okay, this inflation, this bubble is gonna burst. It's gonna blow up. So all that money that you've been working hard at 401k that you have in the bank, get ready and say bye-bye, because they're gonna tell you, listen, it's yours, but you have to come to the new contract. If you don't do that, it's not yours. You don't get it. Romans 3:20. And remember, you can't trust what they say anyway, because they're always changing the rules, right? Anything to keep stealing. Verse 20, chapter 3, verse 20. Therefore, by the deeds of the law, no flesh will be justified in his sight. For by the law is the knowledge of sin. That's right. That taught us and made it aware to us what sin looks like and what sin is, right? And as you can see, the Edomites, as much as they keep pretending, right, that the Bible is for them and that they care about or obey the Bible, they don't. They are, great sinners. They were created, right? They're the wicked. Galatians chapter 2, verse 16. Knowing that a man is not justified by the works of the law, but by the faith in Yahweh Shai. Even we have believed in Yahweh Shai, that we might be justified by faith in Yahweh Shai, and not by the works of the law. For by the works of the law no flesh shall be justified. That is so true, okay? We put our faith in Yahweh Shai and doing the will of Yahweh, okay? The way he sent his Son to do it, right? Our King of Kings and Lords of Lords, the Lion, we also got to do the same thing. We won't be perfect as he is, because he didn't sin, right? But by faith and work, right, and the gift of grace, that's the best to our ability that we can do. Romans chapter 3, verse 21. But now the righteousness of Yahweh apart from the law is revealed, being witnesses by the law and the prophets. That is so true. Around the world. It's a beautiful thing to know that around the world, right, you so-called Negros, Latinos, Native Americans, speckled birds are prophesied, right? The end of this world and the new one to come, right? Which the Edomites are going to be, building roads, our streets, because, all this cement, all this poison on the earth, right? I mean, they came from the caves to begin with, right? So, of course, they got to build with what they are comfortable with, right? But they added so many mixture of poison chemicals, right? There's no wonder that, people are always, sick, right? They promote it. They live on it. Romans chapter 5, verse 1. Therefore, having been justified by faith, we have peace with Yahweh through our Lord Yahweh Shai. That's right. Because we had came to that understanding about the remedy and the solution. So when you see the news, right, the Edomites raising their hands, 10,000, 20,000 are down here. Look what happened over here in this country, Africa or India, right? Yeah, we see that, Oh, look at the war that's going on, right? And that you better listen because things are going to get worse or else. Well, we're telling them that get ready because all this was prophesied. And all this is in control by Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. Okay? Get ready for that 1,000 year slavery, right? And then after that, they get exterminated. So they're going to die in this world to go into the new kingdom, right? Not the elites, the ones that are hiding. Those are the first ones that we're going to put out of those bunkers alive. Okay, but the ones that are going to be out here, they're going to be taken out. Okay? They're going to serve their time, and then they're going to die again, and this time will be permanent. See? From messing with the children of Yahweh Bashin Yahweh Shai. Galatians chapter 3, verse... Give me a minute. I already got that one there. Galatians chapter 3, verse 25. Where am I? Galatians? Right here. Chapter 3, verse 25. Verse 25. But after faith has come, we are no longer under a tutor. Okay? Which is through the Holy Spirit. Okay? That now we are growing into truth. I'm going to leave it on Romans chapter 6, verse 14. Oh, yeah. That's a good one. Chapter 6, verse 14. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for you are not under law, but under grace. Now remember, that door, that window will close. You want to take it very seriously with the signs that are going on because the mark of the beast, it's only a matter of time when they're going to make it mandatory. Okay? They're going to crash this system. They have to bring in that new digital, right? Trust me with the numbers. Okay? I hope it was edifying, and with that I'll say shalom.